What's up, guys? Welcome to Mid-Level Media, and I'm here today for the quick unboxing and review of the newly Criterion released classic film War of the Worlds. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so let's get into this box set. So we have War of the Worlds here, distributed by Criterion Collection, and look at this cover. It is absolutely amazing, just great artwork, and Criterion, they always just do such a fantastic job. You have this image right here of the two lead actors of the film. You have the spaceships coming in, looking just like they do in the film. Just an incredible cover, incredible artwork. You have that green Criterion symbol up there at the top. Let's go ahead and flip it here to the spine. You have War of the Worlds on the side, Criterion Collection, and number 1037 right there at the bottom. So looking at the back right here, you have the zooming in on the synopsis of the film. Over here to the side, you have Blu-ray edition, 1953, 85 minutes, and the 1:37:1 aspect ratio. I really like the detail they have right here of the ships kind of flying in. That's really cool. Up here at the top, Criterion Collection, a continuing series of important classic and contemporary films, presents War of the Worlds. And down here, if you zoom in, you have your special features. You have the cast list, the director, all that stuff. So the stars of this movie are Gene Barry and Anne Robinson, and it is directed by Byron Haskin, based on the story by H.G. Wells. So let's go ahead and open this up, guys. Right there, guys, and you know I'm a sucker for disc artwork. That is just spectacular artwork right there. Kind of reminds me of The Thing a little bit, just the way that he's positioned, and yeah, just an iconic image from the film with the way the laser hits the people and kind of makes them disappear. It's a really cool effect in the film, which we'll talk about later. But go ahead and take that out. Go ahead and take this little booklet out right here. You have the guys sitting there with the alien snake-like thing looking at them. Open this booklet up. Yeah, just a cool little booklet. Looks like they got a little something, little reading material right here. So that's pretty cool. But let's see, what is this? Oh yeah, so that's a full image right there of the people looking at the snake-like alien that's coming out of the ground, or the meteor. Let's go ahead and put this back in. And right here, that's what it looks like. Just the back of the case, so not reversible cover art or anything like that, but it's a cool little effect to put inside. So that does it, guys, for my unboxing. Stand by for my review and the visual and audio quality of the film. Stay tuned. Thank you guys for sticking around for my review of War of the Worlds. So this film is directed by Byron Haskin and stars Gene Barry and Anne Robinson, and tells the classic tale, the H.G. Wells story of aliens invading Earth and taking over a small town. So this is, to me, this is a classic film. This is honestly kind of, you have to point to this film as setting the tone and creating the template for the disaster film and the alien invasion film all in one. So is it cheesy? Yes, it has some cheesy effects, some cheesy performances. It is your typical classic film in that way. But I think what it does effectively for the time. And this movie was a juggernaut back in the day. So this movie, it came out in 1953 and it set the world on fire. It was a huge hit back in the day. So Criterion decided to remaster this film, and of course we just had the 4K version of the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds come out, which I reviewed on this channel as well, and I'm going to link that at the end of this video. So the difference between that and this is pretty much night and day. This is your traditional kind of aliens are coming in, it's affecting this whole town. They also pan out and kind of show you the worldview of what's happening. You get the generals, the military perspective and all that, whereas the most recent War of the Worlds, the Spielberg one, is very much kind of from the perspective of one family, from Tom Cruise and his perspective. And you get multiple perspectives in this film, although it does follow the scientist, which is played by Jean Barry, and the woman that kind of looks up to the scientist, Anne Robinson. So the film is, like I said, it's very kind of hokey. It's very cheesy the way it's performed. As far as the performances, and Jean and Anne, their performance together, they're not like the biggest stars. At least I don't know who they are. So I don't think they did a whole lot beyond this, but I could be wrong. I need to watch more classic films in general. But yeah, just you can really tell, especially with the HD quality of this, you can tell that a lot of these scenes are models. Like when the ships crash land at the end, like it just looks like a model that's just like dumped over on its side. So it is kind of cheesy in that way. But one thing I appreciated about this film is when the initial meteor comes down and you see the aliens start to come out of it, it does create this kind of a menacing threat of the aliens. Like you see that snakehead come out and it shoots that red laser beam, which is kind of cheesy the way that's shot as well. It just kind of pans out and then everybody disappears. But it's very threatening and it's very ominous. And it works in that respect. So I think it works in the remake a little bit better. But you got to give it to this movie. It's a 70-year-old movie, and for it to do what it did in that time period is still impressive, regardless of how you feel about the effects and the performances. So I do give this movie probably an 8 out of 10 if I were to rate it on my page and just my overall scaling system. I think it's an effective movie. I think it's an effective disaster flick, and I mean, it doesn't entirely hold up for me personally, but I think that you have to give it to it because it was the first of its kind. So moving on to just the overall visuals, like this is a very good restoration. Like it looks very clean, very sharp, almost to the detriment of the film though, because like I said, you can really kind of tell how fake these spacecrafts and stuff are. Like once the actual spacecrafts come out, they start invading the town and all of that stuff. You can really tell just how fake they are and the models of everything because it's in such HD. But one of the things they did a good job of, they even showed this in some of the special features, was you could see the strings holding up the spacecrafts in the older restorations of the film, and they did a good job cutting those out, but it still looks pretty fake, to be honest. But it is a 70-year-old movie, so but visually it looks good for the most part. I think it looks really good when the snake version of the alien comes out of the meteor, and just the lights, the red lights on people's faces and stuff, that's really crisp and clear and looks really great. But yeah, I enjoyed the visuals. I thought it looked great. The audio was really fantastic. And there are just loads of special features at this, just like what Criterion does. I did get a chance to watch The Sky is Falling, which is the 2005 documentary from the DVD restoration of the film. And I also watched the 2018 restoration special features, where it had the people that were talking about how they restored the film back in 2018. And that's the same transfer that they used for this disc. So that was a really interesting documentary, kind of little featurette. It was about 20 minutes. They're both about 20-30 minutes. So some good watches right there. So overall, I enjoyed the features, guys. I enjoyed the way that this looks. This is an awesome just presentation on this Criterion collection. So overall, for the price that it is, especially right now, you can get it for $20 on that Barnes & Noble sale. I would recommend actually picking this up. I think it's worth your money. I think it's worth 20 bucks. Now, if it shoots back up to 35, 40, I probably won't be able to recommend it. But I think just for what it did for disaster films and alien invasion films, it's a part of history. If you're a collector, if you're really into, collecting Blu-rays and Criterion collections and stuff like that, I think it's worth your money. I think it's worth your time. So that does it for my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed my unboxing and review of Criterion's War of the Worlds edition. So go ahead and comment down below if you picked this up, if you've seen the film, just your overall thoughts on it. Go ahead and drop me a like right there. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more great unboxing videos, and I'll be back on Monday for my weekly physical media report. But other than that, guys, we'll see you next time.